Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, seeing a few more positive headlines out there, not exclusively bearish headlines like you've seen for most of the last few days, and including this one, though, from you today. XRP's upside push is imminent if history repeats itself. And I don't need to read the article to make the point, but I do want to share with you perspective from a couple analysts out there. One kind of makes the point that if history is to more or less repeat itself, yeah, we gonna be happy in rather short order. Basically, the countdown, the XRP countdown has begun. And there's one analyst, I'll share with you his perspective in this video, he still firmly believes that XRP is going to hit $5, but not just hit $5 in some indeterminate amount of time, but within the next 90 days. And that's as of a date, like, I think it was January 9th, so a little bit earlier this month, about a week and a half ago. So, and I'll give you exactly what was stated there. So you're talking about $5 XRP by, call it roughly early April of this year. So here's the deal on stuff like this. I don't think $5 market cycle is bonkers at all. I think, frankly, that's a fairly low bar. Now, that's not me making a price prediction. I don't know what's going to happen price-wise. That doesn't sound crazy at all. But I'll say what I've said before on this channel. I get nervous, I get a little queasy when the analysts out there who I follow put specific timelines on their price predictions. Now, in a way, I do respect it, of course, because it's their neck on the line, and if their prediction doesn't come to pass, they have to know that they're going to be taking some heat from certain people. Now, I play pretty nice about this stuff because what I try to focus on is the general thesis of what they're arguing correct, and then if the timeline doesn't pan out, it just doesn't pan out. But I don't think the $5 mark itself is crazy. But either way, it's on the record now, so I'm going to share with you what this particular analyst had to say. So I think you're going to like what is to be covered in this video. I still firmly believe, I'm in the camp that believes the best is yet to come, and 2024 is going to be an absolutely incredible year for XRP holders, and we're finally going to get what we deserve so long as this is the bull market that most of us are thinking it is, and Bitcoin goes to a new all-time high, which as far as I'm concerned is almost certainly a prerequisite for XRP to hit a new all-time high. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, as I record this latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam, XRP is 55 cents. Bitcoin, 41,809 bucks. It has recently been, even this morning, been above $42,000. XRP within the last 24 hours as high as nearly 56 cents. You've got the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 56 out of 100, so it's been creeping back up a little. We are officially back in greed according to the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Not surprising since prices are slightly higher and directionally, it's doing the thing, right? It's going, even if a little bit, even if it's by a little baby bit, it's going up in the right direction. Here is some of the latest from chart analyst Credible Crypto. And by the way, if anybody's curious, the time I'm recording this, it is 10:22 a.m. That's Central Time, which is my time zone. Sunday, January 21st, 2024. Here's what Credible Crypto had to say. And by the way, somebody gave him some grief because he actually, so he's one of my favorite analysts out there. I've made that very clear. I've said that a number of times, probably too much. But there's a reason that I keep covering the stuff that he puts out there. Now, despite the fact that he's still one of my favorite analysts and he has an incredibly high hit rate in terms of when he says, here's what's most probable to come next, very high hit rate, so frequently correct. He did predict that we were going to have a new all-time high by the end of 2023, and that did not come to pass, and some people are giving him some grief over that. And I want to highlight one of the messages. It wasn't even rude, but there's this person that was just kind of noting, hey, you were wrong about this, and I just wanted to share with you his particular response on this. But it kind of stemmed from this. So here is this post from yesterday evening. So first he reposted a comment from his October 28th, 2023, where Credible Crypto said, very, very unlikely, it's up-only season, baby, indicating that it's not likely things are going to go back to the downside, it's up-only season. And so then he shares the following post from the evening yesterday. Credit, you said up only. You were wrong. Admit it. Admit it. As if that's something that somebody who would be a detractor might say. And he has been receiving those types of messages, so here's his response to that in general. Up only doesn't mean we won't see consolidation periods on the way up. It means we won't see any massive pullbacks on the way up, and that's exactly what we have got. We have nearly doubled in price since the $25,000 bottom and have yet to see a 20% pullback, despite this being the most volatile asset in the world. If that isn't up only, I don't know what is. And so, of course, it doesn't literally mean, if you say up only, it doesn't literally mean that once there's a market price for Bitcoin or pick your asset, it doesn't mean that it will ever be not even a fraction of a penny lower. No, of course not. You're going to be within a certain range and you consolidate sideways. That's all normal stuff. But obviously, and if you follow him in detail, then you know that that is what he's talking about. He's being intellectually honest here. But still, he did say that there would be a new all-time high for Bitcoin in 2023. And that thing happened to not come to pass. And I even remember mentioning last year, I don't know if he's right. But regardless, even if he's off, his thesis, it's still in play. It's just you can get... See, this is the thing, though. When you say something, when you put a deadline down, especially for it's something that's highly consequential, like an all-time high for Bitcoin, people notice that. That's the thing that's trouble. That's why I get nervous for analysts, even if I think they're really good. And I do think he's fantastic. I get nervous because that's something that everybody's going to remember. They're not going to forget that if you say something like that. And so anyway, he got a response from somebody named TSNR and wrote, "True, but you have been saying 2023 all-time high and then early 2024 all-time high. In genuine feedback of a follower before you breached 100,000 followers." And I'll just pause to note he has like 360-something thousand followers. So the point is this guy's saying he's been following for a long time. And then he says, "You are all over the place these days, putting out tweets that will cover you for both up and down situations. Maybe I'm wrong, but just sharing." Okay, and I'll share my response to that first, and then I'll share with you what he said. I respectfully will state I do think that he's wrong. He speaks in terms of probability. He's not all over the place. In fact, the idea that he's been sharing, which he holds to this very day, he's been sharing for years now, literally. And then you can get into the specifics in terms of the short term, what's going to happen. And he speaks about what's most probable, and he's still mostly right on that stuff too. So we'll see if his overall thesis is correct. We're going to find that out together. And that I don't know. I hope he's right, because that would be incredible for us, the world of crypto, and certainly specifically in the XRP community, because you are talking about all-time highs then. But his response was, "Yes, my timing was off by a few months. I've already said that. That doesn't invalidate the thesis I've had since literally 2019. And if you paid attention to all of my content / updates, you would understand that, because I've made it very, very clear, even before 2023 ended, I am not all over the place. My thesis hasn't changed for literally years." So let's jump into the XRP stuff. We'll start with perspective from Dark Defender, and this is from just this morning. He shared this XRP price chart, and he wrote, "Hi there. I've summarized what I've been saying for months below. XRP coiled himself as he did in 2021. RSI at the same level. Equation," and then he's got two listed here. Number one, XRP stays below 52 cents for 3 days. That puts 39 cents in play. So, of course, folks, we don't want that one. But here's the second possibility, he says. XRP stays above 52 cents for 3 days, and he says 66 cents is in play. So he's expecting a move in a matter of days that will be particularly notable. So we'll see if that comes to pass also. And then he writes, "Conclusion. One way or another, Wave 2 will be completed, and Wave 3 is expected to target $1.88 to $5.85 for both scenarios." Okay, so he's retaining the conviction. Those seem perfectly realistic targets. And again, that's not me making a price prediction, because I flatly do not know what price will do. That sounds completely reasonable. And if the market's going to go, why wouldn't XRP? And that's what he's saying he sees in the charts, and that's what's most likely. And then we get to Egrag Crypto. And he shared this particular XRP price chart and wrote the following. XRP short-term analysis, 3 days time frame. Check out the August 30th, 2023 post on the daily time frame for a clearer perspective. Here's what's on the horizon. A, no full body close in the 3-day time frame. B, anticipate a bounce back to fib 0.382. And I'll note, for those of you not looking on the screen, that would be roughly the 60-cent level for XRP. And again, he said this is the 3 days time frame. Then he continues. C, in order to complete the retracement of July 2023 pump, XRP requires a close above fib 0.5 with weekly close above 75 cents. So the 0.5 fib, that is at roughly the 75 cent level is what he's noted there. And then D, Without meeting this closing criteria, it's likely to continue dragging. Still in the camp that within the next 90 days, XRP will experience its independent pump. Check post. And then he linked to a post, an older post. This is not that old, from January 9th. And this is where he's making this prediction here. And so again, it takes some cojones, takes some guts to make a price prediction like this, putting this out there in the XRP community. So I hope it comes to pass. And I will say this, even though I don't know if it will, in this time frame anyway, it's certainly possible. The market can heat up very quickly. If you just think back to what was going on, in 2021, XRP, I can't remember exactly where XRP started at the year, pretty low, because this is right on the heels of the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit. So it was down there. It was definitely down. And then about 3 months later, from whatever it was, is probably here. I'll just look it up now, just so we can know. Here, let's just go to an all-time chart. Where are we looking here? Okay, so beginning of the year, call it. This will be close enough here. Yeah, it was around 30 cents, 32 cents. It was around there, low 30-cent region. So that's what XRP was just over 3 years ago. Now it's at 55 cents. But what it did in April, it took just 3 months, it ran up to $2. Now, we're starting at a higher price point, mind you. And yes, XRP has been suppressed because of the SEC nonsense. I firmly believe that. We're starting at a higher price point, though. So what it can do from here, and now that XRP has legal clarity on top of that, you don't have that hindrance, it's now unshackled. If he's right and it does go in this time period, which, again, I don't know if it will happen, but things happen fast. It's not crazy to think it could. I mean, if Bitcoin leads the way, this is not crazy. Egrag's not crazy for saying this. I just think it's very bold and risky, to put down the specific timer. That's all I'm saying. But you got to admire people that are willing to walk out on a ledge like that. And so he says here, XRP to $5 in 90 days. And again, this was from January 9th, so you're looking at early April based on that. Bear market bounce versus bull market bounce. In the upcoming 90 days, expect XRP to surge into the $5 range, marking the initial wave one of a prolonged bull market, one that's likely to span several months. XRP Army, stay steady, just stay steady. My DM, direct message, is full with those lacking conviction and grip. If you haven't put in the time to research over the last 7 to 10 years, stop complaining and whining like B word, which he has asterisks there. I'm assuming it's bitch, which is the right way to say the word bitch. And look, there's been a lot of negativity out there. I still think despite that, most people are kind of chill, are very happy and positive like I am. It's just that the people that are very concerned and hyperventilating, they make the most noise, They are much more seen on social media, let's say. So it's easy to have this idea based on that most people are just panicking and everything's on fire and most people think that. But I don't think that's reality. Even if you look at the crypto fear and greed index, like I showed you earlier, 56 out of 100, I don't get the sense that most people are really flipping out right now. It could be a big chunk, that might be fair, but I don't think it's most people. So I see what happens. I think the best is yet to come. $5 doesn't seem crazy. Again, if we're going to see Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, if XRP is going to go along for the ride, $5 doesn't seem like a high bar. You know what I mean? I don't know for sure it's going to happen. I plan to start selling, roughly in the $5 range, at least a little bit, and kind of dollar or not, just like a dollar cost average, and kind of, reduce my holdings, let's say, all the way up to roughly the $8 range, because that'll allow me to hit the target that I want to hit. But that's what I'm waiting for. I've been waiting over 6 years. Happy to keep, I don't have a choice. Happy to keep waiting, The best is yet ahead. Let me know what you think, I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.